Hello and welcome to Ticket to Life. I am Henry, and this podcast is all about the good, the bad, and the ugly in life. I hope that you are doing well. And if you're a new listener, welcome. Bienvenidos. Welcome to Ticket to Life. Last week, I made a reintroduction of myself and how we change when we think that we haven't. I've started year 5 of Ticket to Life, and I looked back at some of those podcasts, and it was like, ooh, we do change what we're thinking and how we're feeling. Just a quick disclaimer: I am not a therapist, a doctor, or a life coach, or a love guru. And these are my thoughts and my opinions, and I'm sticking to them. Well, that's what I thought 4 years ago, and I feel like I've changed. Well, maybe not totally. I do look back at some of the old podcasts, and I'm telling you, I can't believe how I thought on some of those. Managed to tell a lot of stories about affairs and people being naughty. But I don't think I'll do that, but you never know. Things could change again. So, like I said, we change not only our bodies, but in our thoughts and our personality. And yes, we all do change to a certain degree. Well, at least some do that I know of, because we here's that word again. I mentioned it last week. Mature in our thoughts and what we do. But I have a pillow on my bed that says "Never grow up." So there's a saying, and it's mandatory to grow old, but it's optional to grow up. And I do believe that, at least in our mind, because definitely my body, it's definitely mandatory getting older. But anyway, that's true. Sometimes it's good to think like a kid because it is innocence when they're little. But FYI, you just need to know that life goes on, no matter how we do change. And because we tend to forget the things we dare not mention about our past. And why? Because we don't want people to judge us. We just don't. I don't want to be judged. But guess what? You are going to be judged if you like it or not by someone out there, and hopefully judged in a good way if there's a good way of judging. I don't like to judge, but I do it all the time. And honestly, just being honest and throwing that out there. Sometimes I may say something about someone and well, that was very judgy of me. I don't even know that person. So shame on me. So there's your shame on me for the day. But someone will have something to say. And I think throughout our life on earth, they just will. But they won't if you lock yourself in a room and never come out. But who wants to do that? Just know life will go on. If someone says something about you or judges you, the world will keep spinning and we will be on it. So if we focus on what people think or say, you're not going to be able to live the life you were meant to. And to live trying while always making sure that you are changing to please people and not to be judged and everybody likes you. Guess what? That's not going to happen. We all know right from wrong, and sometimes we will make mistakes. And when we do, and no matter what age, we will still continue to make mistakes. When we do, guess what? It's okay. Because we're human. Again, we learn from our mistakes, and mistakes can be good as long as you're learning from them. And when we do make those mistakes, what we need to do is just dust ourselves off and continue and try being who we are, the real us. This is great because some people, including kids, will see your good morals, your values, and that life is good and kind and may follow in your footsteps, which you really want. They will focus on your kindness and their goodness, and that's what they will know, and that helps shape them to be good people. Now, if you're not a kind person, they will follow in your footsteps and no es bueno. So we all do need to try. This is your mother speaking. We all do need to try to do well and be kind. Have you ever been with someone and they are negative? Like, it doesn't matter what'd you say? What a beautiful day. Yeah, it's just too hot. Oh, it's just, there's too many clouds. There's just people like that. And yes, I know some. And no matter what you say, there's always a downside that they have to tell you about. Let's say you might, you're engaged and they might say, why? When people get married, it sometimes ruins what they have in their relationship. Now, yes, people do say things like that. I don't know if they're just jealous or what. I don't know, but it's rude. It's mean. Be happy for them. Just celebrate. Woohoo. When I was engaged, and I can't tell you how many people told me that marrying a police officer was going to be hard because the divorce rate with police officers is high. Oh, thanks, friends. And bam, 42 years later, we are still together. And we not only still love each other, we like each other. Was making it up to 42 years easy? No. We had our good and we had our bad and we had our ugly. But we good persevered. We won. We're still at it. Unless, of course, he leaves me for a Vegas showgirl. Then I don't know. I might be in trouble then. No, I wouldn't be in trouble. I still get the kids in the house. But it is funny. People are just so different. You've got the upbeat people that drive people nuts, the Pollyannas of the world, and then you've got the negative Nellies of the world. So did you know that the top thing that we focus on in life is relationships and family? I love that we are all or most want the same thing in life. Now, there was a Harvard study of adult development, and this study lasted for over 70 years. Some people probably didn't even live to see the finale of this study. But anyway, the study showed that they found out that having good relationships was the number one factor for a happier and healthier life. It wasn't how much money people had. It wasn't, all the friends that they had. It was being happy and healthy for having good relationships. Now, this just does not mean friends and family. It work relationships with the clerk at the store that you see every week. And I love that because it is so important to know this, that we can be healthier and happier by working on relationships. We need to focus on that. And sometimes it's like, well, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But we need to focus if that's what we want in life. Because I know that's what I want in life, to be happier and healthy. Now, this isn't that good to know for some, because they don't really care. They don't want a relationship. They'd rather just be on their own. And that's fine too. But I hope that they too are healthy and happy. Next on our health, and physically and mentally, for all of us, we need to focus on our health. I know that sometimes that is such a hard thing for us to do, is to worry about our health. And I know that sometimes it's just hard. I don't want to go to the yearly exam. I don't want to do, but you don't know how important it is for yourself to take care of yourself. Other than my loving family and loving food, I know someone is listening and saying to themselves, it's not for me. It's just not for me. Relationships or being healthy or just being happy. I just don't have it. But you can have it. We have to focus again on what we want in life. And of course, again, money can't buy happiness. It can buy a lot of stuff. But don't forget, this stuff cannot love you back. But again, physically, I know there's someone out there. It is hard to get up and take that 2-mile walk or walk up a hill or go to a gym. It's just hard. And I know someone's out there listening to me and saying, well, it's not hard for me. I work out every day. Well, congratulations to you. That you are healthy and physically fit. And I hope that you are happy in your relationship. It's hard to have so much in our life, having to work at things. But you know what? If you want something like a relationship, we do have to work on ourselves, work on that. But don't pity us who are not in the best shape, just those of you who are in great shape. So our day will come when we are ready. We will hit that gym. We will hit that hill. We will walk that half a block. Now, as far as mental health, stats show that roughly 51 million Americans are estimated to be suffering from depression. And yes, ladies, we are 68% of us are on antidepressants. Why? We'll take a look at your life. Unfortunately, it's a combo of our hormones going up and down, social stress, genetics, family, work. It's a lot. Now, I'm not saying men don't do that too, because I know they do, but your hormones don't fluctuate like ours do. Phew. I mean, literally up and down. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to focus on us. We are so important, no matter what people think. And I will tell you that you are important. And many around you have no idea how important you are. They take it for granted because you're just who you are. Tell someone you care about how much you love them and care for them. Some people die and never know how important they were in someone's life. They'll never know because you didn't tell them. It's time to shout it out to those we care about. They might react and not know what's going on, or they'll look at you and say, "What's wrong? Are you sick?" But you'll say, "No, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate who you are and how much you care." Some of my friends are educators, quite a few, and I like telling them how they have helped shape and teach so many lives, and just know how important they are to so many students. Just know that you are important and worthy of being loved. I think if we all really tried to focus on the important things in life, we would all be so much happier. There's just so much with social media and my pet peeve, but I love my pet peeve, and that's our phones. I saw a video of people walking out of a gym. No, I was not at the gym. I saw a video of people, and they were walking out of class on their phones, looking at their phones. What is so important? I don't know. Trust me. If something really big happens, you will find out. Alarms will be going off, sirens. So anyway, just know you got to love yourself. Focus on what you want, who you want to be. And remember, try not to worry about things. I know it's easy for me to say. I'm not much of a worrier because most things are out of your control. And you can't change it. You can't change people. People have to change on their own. So it's time for me to step down from my soapbox. If you don't know what that is, be sure to Google it. I do have something fascinating to share. I have a problem focusing when someone is talking, even while reading or watching TV. My mind's just always going. And I looked it up why, or one of the reasons I thought so interesting. So I have to share this with you. The human brain can process, you're not going to believe this, the spoken language at almost 400 to 800 words per minute. Can you believe that? That's how wonderful our brains are. That's why we need to take care of them. While the average person only speaks at about 175 words per minute, our brains fill in the gaps using predictions or space out. Okay, the space out part is me, and start thinking about other things. Or if the topic's boring, they just don't listen. They just can't. And I will tell you, if you speak slowly to me, inside my head, I will be saying, speed it up already, get to the point. My husband will tell you that because he's very detailed when he's telling a story. But I do better when someone is a fast talker. I just can pay attention a little bit more. I know that probably a lot of people say, I can't keep up. Once my sister, we were on the phone, she says, slow down, you're talking too fast. But if you've noticed, I talk very fast on these podcasts. I don't mean to, it just comes out naturally. But I just, like I said, I need people to talk fast if you want me to get the whole thing, and you can cut some corners. I don't need to know all the details, but I like when people do talk fast. I can keep up with it. Uh, I call it the language of Gilmore. If you ever watched Gilmore Girls, you'll know what I mean. They talk very fast. On the Hallow app, that's a Catholic app, a Christian app, there's prayers and stuff, and you can hear all sorts of wonderful things about God. I have to speed up some of their speakers because their pace is very slow and talking to me. Well, okay, I'm probably exaggerating. It's not that slow. I'm about to take a nap, so I speed up they're talking because again, I don't do slow. So next time you watch a show, like a 30-minute show, notice how fast they're talking. They have a lot to get in 30 minutes. Just in case you are wondering about reading, when we read silently, the average person can read up to 200, 300 words. But with practice, if they read up, they can read up to 400 words per minute. They used to have a thing, I don't know if it's still around, called Evelyn Wood's speed reading, something like that. You could read like zoom, zoom. I can't do that. But okay, I'll stop now with all the things that I find interesting. But yeah, I just love how God created us. Our brains are amazing. Our bodies are amazing, but we need to take care of our bodies. Well, if you would like to share your story or just tell me how much you love Ticket to Life and you love hearing my voice, just kidding. But feel free to send me an email at tickettolife@022@gmail.com, and you can send a text on the description. And not to worry or to be fearful, I will not be able to stalk you. I just get a code saying I have a text, and I can read the text. And thank you so much for spending time with me today. And remember to focus on you and your life. As I tell my daughter, if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of those you love? So until next week, this is Henrie, and please look and find your blessings, and I will be praying for you.